I'd say it was a very special night, and being inside Tama Super Arena, which really is like the Yankee Stadium of mixed martial arts. It all started here, and to bring Bellator here for the first time, and to have so many great fights tonight. I mean, the fights. I mean, the girl fight with our girl. I mean, that was tough. Yeah, they're both tough. But you know what? I told Pitbull, I said, hey, tell her, don't worry about it, because this is just a learning experience. And the one thing about fighting is, like, you learn a lot about yourself when you're competing. And I think the Nakamura and Lorenz Larkin fight, that kid was tough, man. They had some tough fighters here, and they had to dig deep and earn it. And Michael Chandler did his thing. But to me, MVP, wow, he's so fast, so talented, and he came out and did what he had to do. And Fedor, to me, it was just pretty much a one-sided fight. Pretty much just took it to him, and clearly I know Rampage was out. That wasn't something like he wasn't. Don't let that argument come back later, because he was hurt, and Fedor was standing right above him, and if he would have unloaded some bombs, he would have really hurt Rampage. So I think Fedor realized he was done and pulled his punches, basically, and stopped the fight.
Yeah. So much was made, obviously, about you guys coming to Japan, and of course the legends, facing off. But I mean, after the fight, Lorenz Larkin and Michael Chandler, they're like, man, I don't think you guys talked enough about co-promotion and what this was and the history that was made. I mean, does this feel like a historic moment kind of in the sport, and maybe an opportunity to show other organizations that, you can coexist and you can even work together, and maybe it betters the sport?
Yeah, listen, I mean, eventually, if there could be some type of World Cup, concept, I think that'd be fantastic. We would definitely participate. Getting through the politics of that, though, and the personalities of all that would be very tough. But to me, why not? And when we said, hey, let's come to Japan, let's work with Ryzen, let's do this, the matchups between the two leagues. It was all really in good, good respect, good, common goal, grow martial arts. I mean, for a long time, I feel like they had a little bit of a lull here in Japan. And I feel like, this is an event that could help, catch the next wave, so to speak. And I feel it. I mean, we had a great audience tonight, and I know that Sakibara on Tuesday we'll have, another 3,000 or 4,000 people. To have on a Sunday at 12 noon, have 16,000 people or whatever it was, that's an amazing task, and they did a great job helping us promote this fight. And to me, it is historic, because I could feel the wave coming, and whatever we can do to help that wave continue and build here in Japan, because I think it's an important country to maintain and grow mixed martial arts, because this is where it all started, right? This is when I say it all started, if you look at the history, there was, UFC in '93, but before '93, there was, already combat mixed martial arts here, and different versions, varieties. But this is, this is where martial arts, one of the foundations of martial arts is, and it's important. It's an important territory, and so I think that if we can help, keep it healthy, we'd love to do it.
Fedor said that he'd like to fight once more in the United States and once more in Russia.
Okay.
He didn't put a timeline on it. How about you? I mean, it seems to jive with what you had mentioned as well. Is there a timeline that you see in your head that would make sense?
I mean, listen, it's really about what Fedor wants. I mean, to me, it's like I said, I want him to feel respected by this sport. I feel like it's our job to make sure that, as long as he wants to continue, in this next year, we're going to do it. If he really said he wanted to retire tonight, I would have been all about it. Like, hey, Fedor, whatever you want. But I was in the back talking to his guys, and when we do the fight in Moscow one day, I really felt like it's like the king has returned. I mean, it should be a big celebration. It should be some honoring of Fedor, which he probably won't want any of it, because he's such a humble guy. But to me, it's I feel like so many great years, and he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT, and he proved it again tonight. I think this is the best I've seen him look, I think in the last year and a half. And so, take it for what it's worth, but I think, he's 3-1 in his last 4 fights in Bellator. So he's doing very well, and it's really going to be up to him.
last thing for me, Larkin and MVP, you're both aiming for Lima. I wonder if either of them has an inside track, and the fact that Lorenz missed weight, does that kind of take him out of eligibility, or can you look past that?
No, we can look past that. I mean, listen, he came a long way, and it's it's not an easy task, and I think that the flight, the trip, the amount, it's just a different environment. I think, and the time frame is different. It's, I think that's a lot to do with it. I mean, the guy's fought like, I don't even know what his record is offhand, but I think he's like in 20 fights, or 24 fights, whatever it is, he has never missed weight.
Right.
So we got to give him a pass for that one.
Yeah. So does either one of those guys have an inside track on Lima right now, or?
I mean, to me, I think the fight that we would like to see is Lorenz fight Lima, because he hasn't fought him before. But I'd also like to see Lorenz fight MVP too. So, we'll see. We're going to mix it up. We're going to have some fun with that weight class.
Lorenz said they're very cool. In fact, he tried to say they were related. He doesn't want to fight him. He said he likes the guy too much. He doesn't want to fight him.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah.
You know what? We'll have a conversation with him. Don't get too close.
Do you think about title shot for Fedor?
I mean, that's something that it would really be up to him, honestly. I mean, he is, like I said, he's 3-1 with this organization, and he looked fantastic tonight. So, if it's something he wanted, we could definitely work towards that. But I'm not sure if that is all that important to him. Maybe you know more than I do, but I haven't really sat down and talked to him. I just said, look, Fedor, you just go rest, take care of your family, and we'll be in touch. And let us know what you want to do, and we'll make it happen.
Should we book our flights for next December, or?
Listen, I have not talked to Sakakibara, but I think it was something really special, and I think that we would, like to continue and do this. Maybe next time it's a 5-on-5 match. It's on the one night, and then a couple fights the next day. But listen, if they want to keep doing it, we'll keep doing it. I think it's like I said, something that's a very special moment in time, and I think that the fans get excited about a dual meet like this, because it's not just like another fighter in your own league, or I call it sometimes like an intramural fight. It's like you have an intramural champion. It's like why not mix it up?
Was this the largest live attendance for a Bellator event ever?
No, I believe that. I believe we had one that was larger. I think San Jose might have been larger. Or, I'm not sure. I had to research it. But Sakakibara did tell me when I was on my way over here that this is the biggest attendance and gate for a non-Japanese mixed martial arts company to do a fight at Saitama Super Arena, or even in Japan. So that means that
the companies have been here. I'm trying to think.
Well, the UFC has been here.
Okay.
One FC's been here. I don't want to mention any names, but now that you're talking about it, but yeah, so UFC came here for a while. They don't promote in Japan anymore, but One FC's been here. But he said by far has the biggest attendance, paid attendance, and gate, and so I think it's something that I think we did a great job. We brought some great fighters. He did a great job. I think people were really excited about the matchups between the two companies. So, we'll definitely come back if he wants to do it again.
Congratulations on a great event. Is there anybody you personally would like to see Fedor play next?
Well, the guy that keeps knocking on the door is Josh Barnett. Right? He had a unfortunate situation 2 weeks ago or a week ago in Hawaii, and he was sick. And I've been texting with him, and he's recovering and getting back. He'd like to fight end of January. I said that's not going to happen because LA is already so big, booked up. But we'll get Josh in there. I'd like to see him fight the same opponent, see how it works out. And if it's something Fedor would like to do, and I know Barnett would like to do it. He told me he wants to fight Fedor, so maybe that's a fight that we could put together.
Thank you.
I have one last question. What's you think in your mind about Michael Chandler return after the loss and the victory? And because what you saw, of course, he's busy right now with the Grand Prix,
Right.
and the champion needs to be focused more.
Yeah. I mean, look, Michael is tremendous talent, tremendous power. You saw his power today. I mean, the guy can punch like nobody's business. And, he is a tough athlete. But my hope was that, Pitbull wouldn't have got hurt, and we would have been able to squeeze a fight in with those guys in between. But it didn't work out. Now we're back at the drawing board. But I think, maybe sometime in the summer between the matches, we could fit one in. That's my hope. In the meantime, Benson Henderson's going to be healed up pretty soon. We'll put him back in there. I think Yamaguchi showed me some good stuff today. So, we'll check it out. And we have some of the guys that are up and coming that are growing and growing and growing. So we'll see. But for right now, we're going to have to wait to see what happens with the champ, because when you're the champ, you kind of hold the belt, and that's just how it goes right now.
Have you spoken to Rampage after the fight?
No, I haven't.
He didn't come to the post presser. Is there any updates on his medical condition or anything?
No, I'm not sure. I haven't talked to him, but I'm sure Ryan could get you any kind of information. Or, yeah, I don't think if he would have went to the hospital, I'm sure I would have heard about that. So he might just be in his dressing room, just kind of taking a break, because I'm sure this was not the outcome that he saw happening. So it's it's just heavyweights. If you fight Fedor looked great. It was not a good night for you, and I'm sure he's not feeling too good right now.
Is there a future with Rampage still with Bellator, either at heavyweight or 205?
You know what? That's something that we could continue to. I don't even know if he wants to fight anymore. Honestly, I guess sit down and talk to Tiki, but that's all premature at this point. Mm-hmm.
You have any news about another Russian heavyweight, Minakov?
Yes.
He has problems with visa.
Yeah, we tried to get him in, and it was a lot tougher to get him in. But we'll try again, because we want him to come fight in the U.S. And if not, we'll fight him in Europe. So we'll get him busy soon. But we did have a problem trying to get him back in.
Is that a new problem right now for promoters, the Russian fighters and visas right now, or just travel?
You know what? I think you could probably figure that one out. Living in America, I don't even want to make a comment on that, but I think you could probably figure out what's going on over there. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.